Welcome back to No Chill with Gilbert Arenas. We out here for All-Star Weekend at Brewdog Outpost, and we got some basketball royalty in the building. I first met this man, I was playing with the K-Swiss Pacers. You was on the older squad. We used to really look up to you, revere you as just a legend. 4-time All-NBA, Finals MVP and a champion. Played for the Celtics, unfortunately, but we know where your heart was. We know where your heart was. We got the truth in the building. Paul Pierce, what's going on?
What's up, y'all? What up?
So before we get into the nitty-gritty of the interview, I had to ask you, now that we got you here, you had one of the flossiest curls in LA hoops history. Flossy. From Inglewood to S curl. S. I want to know what product were you using back in those days to get the curl like that?
Hey, look, I ain't gonna lie. Once I put the S curl in, I started getting the girls.
He said, I started.
Look, Jodeci, remember Jodeci, they had the S curl. I said, let me get mine like that, faded up. Ooh, that changed my life.
So you were inducted to the Hall of Fame in 2021, named one of the NBA's 75 greatest players of all time. When you were younger, did you ever think that your career would end up the way that it did?
Man, you know what? When you're younger, I don't even think you really think about it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a process when you're growing as a player. It's like, all right, I want to get to college. All right, once you get to the college, you're like, all right, I want to get to the league. And I just think you put in the work and you go as hard as you can. And at the end of the day, when it's all over, you see where you fall.
Yep.
And that's really what it is. You make your little short-term goals. Like I said, I want to be, for me, being in the hood, you're like, all right, I want to go D1, Division I. Nobody was going Division I. You know, about, if you got 100 kids in LA, 3 of them going D1. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? High D1. And so that was the first goal. Then, you know, once I got there, I started believing I could make to the league. And then when I got to the league, I'm like, shit, I could be one of the best.
Sure. So we in Cleveland now, All-Star Weekend. You have some opinions of Cleveland.
I can't stand this city. I ain't gonna lie. I had a lot of playoffs out here. I had to sit miserable in that hotel with nothing to do. Then as an ESPN analyst, coming here 4 straight years. I ain't gonna lie, man. This is the worst city in America.
Hey, man.
Y'all can hate me. I'm used to being the villain anyway, so whatever.
Hey, what's funny is I was saying the same thing. I was like, I played here 3 playoff series.
Yeah.
I was like, what did you do in Cleveland? Nothing.
I got food poisoning one time at one of these restaurants. Oh, man.
They MJ'd you? They got you with the MJ?
Straight up.
You're LA, obviously, Inglewood, we love you, but you grew up in Oakland, moved to LA when you were like 11 years old. You said you didn't really like basketball that much kind of growing up. When did you fall in love with the sport?
Well, when I got to LA, all my friends in LA, that's all they did was hoop. You know, I grew up playing football and baseball. I was a big kid. My brother was into baseball. So like when I got here and I was in the school meeting friends, it was like that's all they did on the weekend in LA. The kids, we walked to the playground on the weekend and we gonna play basketball. So it's just like, it's either you get in or get left out.
Yeah.
And so it's like, shoot, I'm gonna start hooping. Then I joined the Inglewood YMCA because that's what all my friends was doing. It was like, yeah, we're gonna sign up for the Y. And I was like, all right, I'm in. And so, you know, that's what gathered my love for hooping. I played baseball and football all the way up until 9th grade. Then once 9th grade came, I just went full-blown basketball.
And, you know, that's the difference between back when we was coming up, like, right? Now is everybody got trainers. Everybody got trainers and don't play basketball.
Right.
You know, so yeah, y'all probably have more skill, individual skill than us, but you wasn't better basketball players. We knew how to play because we played on the weekend. Soon as we woke up till they kicked us out of the gym or the lights came on, like we played all day
all the time.
basketball,
all
like
day.
against grown-ups, against, you know, just.
See, this is what my observation of. Yeah, the players today for sure got more skills, but they lack the creativity. Mm-hmm. They lack the creativity. Think about it. Like if you look at the game today, you don't see nobody like a Magic who just like, damn, he fun to watch. I mean, he fun watching, you know, all guys do is shoot threes now and dunk. Like, who's that player? You just like, damn, like White Chocolate, Baron Davis, you know what I'm saying? Just had that creativity with their game because we played all the time. We was in the park, we was in the gym. You know, I don't see that no more.
And I be telling my son, I said, if me and you matched up, you're done. And I said, because the reason you're done is you're playing AAU basketball. I said, when we go to the park, you're just trying to get on. Yeah. And then when you get on, you don't have the ball in your hand.
Right.
You got to learn how to play with adults. You
Right.
got to backdoor. You got to set screens. You got to rebound. You got to do all this little stuff to add to them so they can pick you up next week. All that,
Right.
you give me the rock and shooting, and this man, and then we lose. You got to sit 15 games. Adults ain't playing.
Nah, you gotta go home. You gotta go home.
Right?
Hey.
So you got to learn how to. That's like the first time you got to learn how to adapt. You know, you got to learn how to adapt, and then from there, once you start getting your own, you start working out yourself. You done played against this group, the Mexican group came in, the little Asian group came in, and you done played against, you know, right?
They don't understand what you're talking about, dog.
You know, you play.
Look, it was this park in Inglewood. I would just go just to play against the Mexican homies.
Yeah.
And I knew they was gonna foul all day, and I couldn't call foul.
Yeah.
So now that got me used to just playing with contact.
Yeah.
Playing with contact. You know what I'm saying? I purposely used to do that on the weekend.
Like, that's what I said. You gotta be a real hooper to understand that certain times, certain groups came.
Yes.
Right? Certain
yes.
groups came,
Yeah.
and then if you're a real hooper who's at the park, you're learning how to play. Like, you know, they picked me up early on this group, so
Right,
I'm gonna be there early. This group, you know, I gotta wait 3-4 games. This group, I might have to wait 2 hours before I get a
Late group.
But
You lose, you might as well go home.
might as well go home.
You mentioned playing at the Inglewood Y. You know, for those that don't know, Inglewood Y produced a ton of ballers that come out of the city, but the gym was small as shit. Like it was.
Oh, yeah.
It was probably like a little bit bigger than a half court.
Probably only could fit like 20 fans.
Yeah, and then, you know, loud as shit, the echo. But what do you remember about playing those Inglewood Y days with some of the guys you grew up playing against?
Man, let me tell you something. When people don't even know what came out of the Inglewood Y. Myself, Baron Davis, Andre Miller, Jason Hart, Milt Palacio, like 5-6 pros. We all in the same era out of the Inglewood Y. And this is when I first met Baron Davis at the Inglewood Y. He was on a younger team. I was on an older team. And I was playing for the K-Swiss Pacers, a local team, traveling ball team. So I'm looking at this little 6th grader. He dominating all these kids. I'm looking like, damn, we need a point guard. We need to pick him up right here. So I brought the coach down. We watched him. Weeks later, Barron in 6th grade was starting on the 8th grade team. Oh, he was that good. I was like, this kid is amazing. He was dominant. I mean, he didn't look like he did as a kid. You thought he was going to grow to be like a little skinny, short kid. He had the build of Allen Iverson, shorter than everybody, but faster than everybody, can get the ball up, handles. And he was amazing. And just to see, you know, us all grow up into pros from where we coming from the bottom, it was just, when you look back at it, it's crazy.
So you mentioned the K-Swiss Pacers, and you know, you've told the story before, but I remember as a kid, I was on a super younger team, like 11, 12, and under. It was going into your senior year. They bring KG out. And KG at that point was already kind of a star just in the basketball circuit.
Yeah.
This is back in the day. We didn't really know what was going on across the country. But KG came out, and you tell the story about how y'all was in the cab and y'all did the ditch. But how y'all set his big ass up like that? How long did it take him to get out that cab? He was like 7 feet at that time.
Before KG moved to Chicago, he was from South Carolina. I don't know if people know that. So he was a country kid. He came to the city, and before we even go to Vegas, I'm driving him down Crenshaw. You know, I'm trying to show him around. He like, this LA. You know, I'm taking him in the hood. He like, so country hood is different from city hood. So he looking at this like, this too fast paced. You know, we get him, it's me, guys like Said Term. We all go to Vegas. We all on the squad. We shoot dice in the room. He looking at this like, you know, KG country boy, dog. I'm talking about straight country kid. So we like, all right, we about to go to Circus. We all jump in. We don't even tell them we gonna run. But this is we've been doing this every year. Cause we only, between us all, we probably got $20 between 10 of us. You know, I got $2, he got $5. So we don't want to burn our money on the cab. We gonna burn it on the Circus. So we jump in, we get the Circus, all right, we here. I'm like, all right, we gonna dip as soon as he stop. So we open the door, he like, what? And we all go running. He the tallest, right? So we go run. I remember we dip in, we hide in the store until the coast is clear. Man, when I tell you, when it was over, he was like, man, P, don't ever do that to me again. His heart going fast. I was like, man, that's how we do, man. We gotta save money. And that was an introduction from a South Carolina kid to the West Coast boys.
So you said
The
you
calves
went
run
in.
out.
To the Cali kids.
Where's his big ass gonna hide at? Is what I was always wondering. Like he's 7 feet tall. What's he gonna duck
We
you
went
to?
to like a bathroom, and then we went to like a store. Oh no, we
That was Vegas. That's what you
Yeah.
did.
And just walking around circus all night. You didn't need no bread. Just
No
walking
bread,
around.
no
Right,
bread,
just walking
no
around.
bread. Just hearing clink clink video games and everything.
Right.
Slide a little quarter in the slot
Yeah, yeah.
machine real quick. Try to come up real quick.
I did. One time we pulled the slot machine and we won, but we underage. So they came up, we couldn't get the money. So we
Yeah.
had to run and left the money going.
So let's fast forward now. You got the Truth EYBL squad. What does it mean for you now to give back to this next generation of LA Hoopers?
Man, I think that's everything for the older generation who's done playing, who aspires a new generation. And I think it's important because, like for me, I look at these kids today, and I run a program to where we don't baby our kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we gonna teach them hard work. We gonna teach them competitive drive and a family environment. Because I could have had major kids that's in the league today, but they on a different path with the rest and the parents and the money behind AAU that I didn't ever go that route. I could have paid some guys to play with me. You know, guys like Jalen Green or a few other guys that made it to the league that was on my team for like a week or two.
Yeah.
And it was like, you know what, we're not gonna go that route. So it's cool for me to give back and give it to the kids that really want it, that really want to be nurtured about the game of basketball, about what it's really all about. And it's a way to give back to my community.
Yeah, you know what's so funny? Because my kids are in AAU, it's like the bad habits that's in AAU are coming from parents that they have no idea. They kids never made it, they didn't make it, and it's like, how are you guys have all these answers and you have all these things that you're trying to put into this organization and you got all this and you have no study on it.
They doing what everybody else doing.
And you're doing what everybody. Someone told you,
So
I
they
held my son back, this and this. Now you want to hold your son back? His son ain't produced nothing. His son sucks. His son is 16 in the 8th grade, averaging 10. Like, he ain't even dominating this. Why are you listening to this?
Right.
I just sit there and watch this over. Now you got the platinum squad and the gold squad and the best 10 play. Like I remember, if you play high school basketball and you was a 9th grader, right? You just being on that team, we knew you were good.
Yeah, yes.
We knew
Yes.
if you made a traveling team and you was on the 9th
grade,
grade,
yep.
you was the shit. You was like, oh
Yeah.
buddy must be real, because at that point it's like you're traveling, so it's 11th grade seniors,
Yes.
super sophomores. So
Yeah.
so that's what made you good.
Right.
Now you just breaking off 20 brackets just to make a kid feel good so you can get his money.
Yeah. You got the elite squad, the regular squad, and then I see what you said.
That's what I said. Like with Pump, like you have a big program, Pump. I was on the C squad. It was me and Dunleavy on the C squad. I don't even know what the A squad looked like.
Right.
I wasn't even good enough for the A
So the
squad.
C squad was the weak squad.
Yeah, we was C squad. It was the weak squad. That's what I'm saying. But 2 NBA players came
Right.
from the C squad.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's why I never played against you in high school.
Yeah.
I wasn't on that level.
Well, I'm a couple years ahead of you too, though.
But like even Baron Davis, but I was never on a traveling team that was that good.
Trust me, you wasn't gonna play against my team. We was local. We wasn't going nowhere anyway. K-Swiss.
Yeah.
Y'all had a
We
squad.
going to Compton and Carson and Vegas. And that's it.
Like Southern Cal All-Star,
Oh yeah, but I did play with California seniors. Ricky Price, Toby Bailey, Giovanni Carr. I played with them, and like you said, I was the youngest on the team. I was just on the bench, learning from them. Like, all right, they the top players in the country, but I'm getting to practice against them every day, and that's getting me like, I'm getting motivated now. Now I'm watching to see what I got to do to get better, and that was good for me, and I developed from that.
And I think that's what's missing. They're creating so many teams, and it's all just watered down. Like it's just so watered down that it doesn't even make it. It's like the Park League. It's like it's like a advanced Park League when before it was like, no, we got 10 spots. You gotta make this spot. I don't care how old you are. You better make it. All right.
What's the hardest thing about the AAU? And it ain't even got nothing to do with on the court. The parents.
Parents. Oh, the parents.
The
That's why I
parents.
can't. That's why I don't want to coach.
The parents.
Because every parent like, why you ain't play my? Because he sucks. I don't even. To be honest, I don't even know how he made it to AAU. I don't.
Right.
Like, where's the farm stuff? Like,
Right.
your son should be at the park league. Let's go to Calabasas Park. And that's where he should be. You know, maybe when he gets a little older, he can try out for it. But he is not like, this is what you want me to play. And I'm like,
Right.
I can't do this, man.
Right,
This is unrealistic basketball. I had a parent say, yeah, my son gonna get me out of the hood. He's 8.
Right.
He's 8 years old. What do you mean out of the hood? What kind of pressure does
No,
this
but
kid
the
have?
game be changing because the parents, you know, you got to look at your kid as an investment because when kids started coming out of high school, it was just like it sped up the process.
Yeah.
So now you started looking at kids all the way from like 4th grade.
Yep.
You know, before you didn't really look at a kid that young. You know,
Yep.
you started seeing around 9th grade.
Yep.
But once they started coming out of high school, you're like, damn, okay, at 5th grade, you got to start nurturing this kid.
Yeah. And that's what it is. Now it became such a business.
Exactly.
It became such a business. Like now you got these kids like which is hurting because you don't get no stability. Now this kid, the coach didn't play him. He just got on the team. The coach didn't play him the way he thought. Now he gonna transfer.
Thinking it's
Now he
gonna
gonna
be
transfer and
Thinking
like
it's gonna be sweet.
now he's not used to ever competing for anything.
Right.
And then when he makes it to the NBA and then the coach don't play him, he don't know how to react now. Now you wonder why this big stud in high school just fell
Right.
apart in the NBA because he never had to stand on his feet.
Right.
Pops always push him to another team where, you know, he's getting baby. Like, nah, you gotta go through a process. To get to the level, you gotta go through a process.
Absolutely.
Do you feel like these kids have too much pressure put on? 'Cause it feels like nowadays it's like he's the best first grader in the country, and it's like y'all rating like 7-year-olds like they, you know what I mean? Like it feels like it's way too much on that side of it, and I think that starts parents' heads because it's like a competition early on. We didn't really have that till you got to high school.
Well, you gotta understand, once they start getting good, the pressure come because now you got social media. Now you looking like, okay, you got this 9th grader got 1 million followers now. You know, you see a guy like Mikey Williams, the kid in high school. It's like he gotta make it to the league. It's almost, and if he don't, man,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So the pressure is. You thought LeBron had pressure. The top kids now, they got pressure, especially if they looking at you like that. Then you getting paid this NIL. They expecting you to be there, and if you don't make it, what does that do to that person?
I'm glad you said that because that's what people don't understand. You're putting so much pressure on these kids, and you don't realize they have a thought process too. So when you saying, "All right, we're gonna hold you back to get you better," he mentally knows, like, yeah, I'm good, but I'm not good like him, and we're the same age.
Right. We the same
age, and he's busting my ass, but
Right,
I'm in a lower
right.
grade, so yeah, I'm number 1. But mentally, he knows every time he sees that dude, his shit goes down a little bit. Like if you're a high school kid right now and you're 17 in high school,
Yeah.
just 17. We're not even talking 18, 19. We're saying 17. The best 17-year-old in the country, the best 2 17-year-olds in the country is Scoot. He's in the D League. Amani Bates is in college. So if you're a junior in high school or sophomore in high school, those are the megalodons of your
Right.
age group.
Right.
So
and you still down here.
You're still down here. No matter if you're ranked number 1, whatever.
Yeah.
Those are the 2 megalodons of your age.
Right.
When you meet them, they're gonna be so in front of you that you're just gonna
Well, some guys is late
blue. Yeah, the late blue. You gotta know about the late blue.
And you know, everybody trying to give their son or
A chance.
or a player their best chance.
They're the best chance.
And I'm not even mad because the money is too big now.
Yeah.
Like you said, it's a business, but the money too great. Think about this.
Yeah.
Like your role players is making 80 now. When we played, the stars was making 80.
Yeah.
Like, so if you got a chance to say, all right, I'll be a 3-and-D, I'll hold him back. He 21 years old in the 12th grade. He gonna get drafted though.
Yeah.
He can make 10 million.
Yeah.
That's good. You got it. So, you know, I feel both ways of it. And I'm not mad at it because think about it, as a young black kid, how else you gonna make it out the hood if you ain't got the grades, if you ain't hooping, rapping, opportunities ain't there for us.
Yep.
So we look at our kids, athletes, as businesses.
Yeah, so I guess if you're trying to make it to college, get a free education,
Yeah.
but I tell parents, like, if you see your kid has super potential, and you gotta understand your genetics, to understand what he's gonna look like, to understand, like, okay, he's gonna be all of 6'4", 6'5", 6'6".
Yeah.
You gotta prepare that too, to understand, like, you know what, I'm gonna let him go through the process, because I'd rather him, when he's turning into something, he's being pushed at it.
Mm-hmm.
He's being challenged, so he gets to really fight for it. Like, you got these super kids, like, you can see them early. You can see, like, okay, he gonna be all right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you can push him along, like, if you got little genes, your son gonna be like, all right, let me hold him back, let him get a little stronger.
Right.
Let him dominate a little bit older, because college don't care how old he is.
Mm-hmm.
If he can help, they're gonna give him a scholarship.
Right.
So I do understand that. So I tell some kids, like, yo, understand what your kid is and what he's gonna be, to know what decision to make. All y'all just can't fall under the same umbrella.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because you gotta remember, if your kid's supposed to be a superstar, every year you hold him back takes away from that. Because you gotta remember, if he's in 8th grade, instead of going to 9th to play against 9, 10, 11th, and seniors to understand that battle, he's playing against the 7th grade that's coming up to him. They ain't gonna teach him nothing.
Right.
So that means he loses a whole year of real skill development because of that holdback.
Absolutely.
No Chill is brought to you by Harry's. If you're looking to find ways to shave off a few bucks this year and get your grooming game on point, look no further than Harry's. Harry's makes absolutely game-changing razors that offer you a close, comfortable shave. Not only that, the price is right at less than $2 a blade. And in recent studies, guys who said they shave 4 times a week said their 8th shave was as smooth as their first. As a user myself, I can say that's absolutely true. And Harry's is giving their best offer to our listeners. New Harry customers can redeem a starter set. You get a 5-blade razor, a weighted handle, foaming shave gel with aloe, and a travel cover to protect your blades when you're on the go. That's a $13 value for just $3. There's truly never been a better time to try Harry's. Go to harrys.com/nochill to try Harry's today.
No Chill is brought to you by Calm. When it comes to athletes, we tend to focus on physical fitness, but there's another side to the game that's just as important: mental fitness. Calm, the #1 app for sleep and meditation, has teamed up with LeBron James to help you train your mind and become the champion version of yourself. Your mind is like any other muscle in your body, but you don't have to be a world champion to learn how to train it. Calm can help you train your brain so you can sleep better, reduce your stress, and perform at your best. Take it from LeBron James, who said, "Getting good sleep and finding time to rest is one of the most valuable things I can do for my body and mind. From the sound of rain falling on leaves to bedtime sleep stories, Calm puts me to sleep within minutes, which means I wake up ready for any challenge," end quote. So if you head to calm.com/nochill for a limited time, you'll get 40% off of a Calm premium subscription. With Calm, you have access to natural scenes LeBron loves, like rain on leaves and so much more. Like sleep stories and meditations, you can be ready for any challenge that life throws your way. Get started at calm.com/nochill. That's calm.com/nochill.
So, Paul, I gotta ask you. I heard this rumor. I need to know if it's true or not. But I think 9th or 10th grade year, did you check in at Crenshaw? And how long were you there for? Coach West told the story, but I need to know if it's true.
Yeah, I did check into Crenshaw after my 9th grade year. Crenshaw was at the time going all year round, Inglewood's head coach. And this is why I checked into Crenshaw, because I went off of varsity summer league. I made the varsity summer league, and we playing in the Watts summer games at Compton College, I believe. And so we play against Morningside, our rivals, Inglewood Morningside. So I get in the game. I don't play the whole game. This is the biggest game for the city. I don't get in the game. 2 seconds left. He put me in while the other team's at the free throw line. Dude shoots. I box out to get the rebound. and I get elbowed in the eye, game over. So I get in with 2 seconds left, I get a black eye and humiliated. And I'm like, I'm leaving. I can't play here. I can't play. You know what? This ain't what I want to play summer league for. And so a lot of my junior high coaches got jobs over there under Coach West's staff. Coach Stevenson, who was my junior high coach, he called me. It's like, man, you should come over to Crenshaw. We got a spot for you. You gonna. I said, man, I just want to play. He said, you gonna play. I know what type of potential you got. I get there on tryouts. First day, the gym is packed. So I'm like, damn, you don't even know who I am. You know, Coach West, he didn't even know who I was. I'm talking about it's about 500 kids trying out at Crenshaw.
Yeah.
And then you had so many kids checking in. Mm-hmm. But what really threw me off was leaving school, catching the bus home. Crib. You know, I'm like, hold on, man, is this really worth going here?
Yeah.
And they sweating me. I'm the biggest dude on the bus stop, so you know it's about 15 kids. So every time they drive, I'm dunking. Like, man, I hope they don't pick me out the crowd. I didn't want to go through that. I didn't have no friends there. I didn't want to get jumped every day. I was like, I need to go back to Inglewood. So my Crenshaw lasted about 2.5 weeks. I was out there playing a couple of days, but I was more scared to go there because I didn't know nobody, and that's why I went back to Inglewood.
For sure.
Yeah, my boy from the Valley, my boy Gary Looney.
I played with Gary.
Oh, you did play?
Yeah. Me and Gary was at Crenshaw together.
Yeah, so I grew up with Gary in the Valley, but he's from LA, but I played with him in the Valley, and he used to tell me stories about the bus stop. He's like, bro.
Bus stop was wild.
He said, I got my Jordans on at the bus stop. He said, I'm walking home in socks.
You might get jacked. Yeah, you might get jacked.
Yeah, but you push it in the locker and they rob the locker. Like while you be working out, you come back and they somehow get into your shit and figure out the locker code.
And see, I don't know nobody.
Yeah.
Like, if I got boys there, then I feel a little more comfortable. Since I don't know nobody, if I get beat up or I get jumped, I'm like, I got no boys. Get back to Inglewood, guys I grew up with. I'm back over here. At least I'm comfortable over here.
Yeah.
But the reason I went back to Inglewood is because the junior varsity coach took the varsity job after the summer. He was like, come back, you're going to be on the squad.
So you played JV your first year?
I played JV in the 9th grade.
Yeah, see, people don't, like, I said I was on JV my freshman year. I didn't play, though, but I was on it. But kids think, oh, man, I need to make varsity my first year. Some do, some don't. It don't really matter. Like, I know kids who played varsity 4 years, started varsity.
But even then, it was rare for a 9th grader to play
varsity.
To play junior varsity. I was the only 9th grader on junior varsity.
Because it was we had B's and C's back then.
Yeah, freshman, sophomore. You had 4 teams.
Yeah, so it was 4 teams. Like, it was like people. That's what I said. Like, parents today, they're so stressful. My son got to play it. Like, there's a process. Let the process happen. Let him enjoy. Let him understand the game. Like, you don't really gotta. Oh, he needs to play bar. He needs to. No, he don't.
No.
Like, shit. Damn near most NBA players from 2006 and below. Yeah. Damn near probably played JV their freshman year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, making varsity, you already had to be developed. Yeah. Like, if you're 6'8" now, how old were you your freshman year? 6 foot, 6'1"?
I'm about 6'1", 6'2".
Yeah, that's what I said.
You're
still growing, so you're not who you are yet.
Shit, I was 5'7".
I was 5'10".
Yeah, I was like 6'1". Yep.
I was 5'7", trying to try out for varsity at Crenshaw. I told my dad, like, what the are we doing here? Like this shit is embarrassing. Like, what am I supposed to be doing out here with these grown-ass men that's about to win a state championship? But then, obviously, I grew up, whatever. But I obviously became an All-American at Inglewood. You told a story that Roy Williams pulled out to the game at Compton, and that's where you knew. But I want to know,
all
the coaches that came to see you.
He was the only white dude at the game. I promise you. At Compton, it was standing room only. You had gangbangers everywhere. I'm talking about. This is the craziest environment you ever want to get. Inglewood playing in a playoff game against the Millions at Compton College. Man, people were scared to go to that game.
Yeah.
Because it could jump off, He was in there with his suit on. I was like, man, Roy, you a G for that. Because I had a lot of friends that didn't come to that game. They just hung out in the parking lot.
What's so funny is about like the playoffs. So my junior year, we were playing Crenshaw. We were playing Crenshaw in the playoffs. So our jersey is orange and white, right? So I wore the Jordan. It was a Jordan. Was it the 12s? But the shoes was red and black. It was red and black laces.
That's a
yeah,
no-no.
right? So I got the black laces. I get the call, say, yo, you can't wear those shoes here. What do you mean I can't wear the shoes? What are you talking about? You can't wear those laces here. You better get all white laces, bro.
Straight up.
You better get white or black laces.
Straight up.
I'm like, serious? Like,
You don't understand that city life. Certain codes you have to abide by if you want to be somewhere, hang out, or play ball somewhere.
Look, and I'm over here like, can I wear the orange uniform? Can we wear the orange uniform? Man, what rules? Like, this is my
Straight
first
up.
time making the playoffs, and I'm like, I can't wear the red laces. They was like, nah. I was like, all right, man. So I took them out.
Yeah.
You had to. So you end up going to Kansas. I want to know, did Stacy from Menace to Society impact that decision at all? He was the first dude to go from the hood to Kansas.
No, I know a lot of people were saying that. Man, I just, truthfully, man, I needed to get away. I had too many bad influences around in my life that I just knew that I had to make a decision as a man. And, you know, I thought this was the best decision moving forward because I knew if I had went to UCLA or a USC, you know, stayed close to home, that I wasn't going to be able to accomplish my goals because it was just so many different distractions. And I was focused and I knew what I wanted, but I knew I had to go in the middle of nowhere. When I got there, it was just like, all right, I could just focus on hoop. I ain't got to do nothing but go to school and hoop. Whereas at home, you got family members, you got friends want tickets to the games. They want to come hang out your dorm because I seen how it was when I was taking my visits. I seen how they dorms was all popping and they had their friends and they partying all the time, and I was like, I didn't want that. I didn't want that.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of hard, like, especially with West Coast kids, because West Coast kids don't want to leave the West.
Yeah.
They gonna stay somewhere around the West Coast. So when you went to Kansas, it was like different, like.
But it was. But you know, it made it easy. Jock Vaughn was from LA. You know what I'm saying? So, and then, you know, Ray Willis had an LA pipeline. Even Scott Pollard was from San Diego.
So it made it
easier for me, you know, having a guy that I kind of looked up to, Jock Vaughn, and talking to him, being he was an LA kid, and it made it easier for me to go there.
Because I was gonna go to Kansas State.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, that was like I was getting recruited there. So I went, took my visit, and they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna give you 1,000 minutes as a freshman." I'm like, oh, "Shit, I don't know what that means, but that shit sounds like a lot of minutes. It sounds like a lot of minutes, right?" So basically, I'm in school there. I'm going to Kansas State, and then like DePaul came in and Arizona came in, towards like. So I'm like, all right, I'll just go visit. I didn't get to go to DePaul because Pat Kennedy's.
So what year did you come out of high school?
99.
Oh man, once Arizona came knocking, shoot.
Yeah, so Arizona, but the thing with Arizona was different. It was more, since you're so young, we're gonna redshirt you.
Oh wow.
Then, okay, so we have Jason Terry. He did the 4-year, thing. Then he's the number 10 pick. So we think we know you're gonna be that. So you come here, you're gonna be a pro. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be a pro.
Wilson was producing pros.
So like he's like, all our guards. So they're naming all the guards like
all guards.
He's like, you come in our system, you're gonna be a pro. He said, this is who we have coming. Then he named them all Americans, and I'm like, and then he's like, you're the type of guard we want. So make a decision. I'm like, all right. So I went on my visit, right? There's a pickup game. Michael Dickerson's playing, Reuben Douglas, everybody's at this pickup game.
I played against all of them.
I play in the pickup game, killing them.
I
look at Michael Dickerson, so I don't know. I've looked at Mike D.
And he the man.
He big as shit. I say, man, you pretty nice, bro. Like, you should try for the basketball team. I'm thinking he's a football player.
Say that to Michael Dickerson.
I swear to God, because he was so young.
So at the time, Mike Dickerson was probably in the league.
Yeah, getting buckets.
Yes.
Yeah, no, he was in the league.
And he was coming back.
Yeah, he was coming back.
Play pickup with y'all.
You should play on the team because he was off. That man was yoked. You don't see basketball players like that. So I'm like, man, you should try for the basketball team, bro. And it's like, yo, you don't know who that is?
Right.
Like, it was like, that's Michael Dickerson. Wait, the NBA player? And so that was like, I'm like, yo, the NBA players is built like that? Oh, no.
It's like, I got to get my weight up.
They been like that, bro. And then I told my dad, I was like, yo, I think I can play there.
Yeah.
Because I've just finished playing. It was NBA players on it, and I was doing all right.
Right.
And then that's what made me, and then I was like, you know what, I'm just going to shoot for it.
Right.
And then that's what made me make that decision.
That definitely was a guard school. They put us out the tournament. Oh, man, I was sick. That was the year we were supposed to win it. Mike Bibby and Miles Simon.
Yep.
It was nice.
So let's talk about your time in the league. Obviously, everybody's talked at length about the big three. But before they made the trades to get Ray Allen and KG in there, you wanted to actually go to the Mavs, right?
Yeah, man. A lot of people don't even know this. I wanted to go to Dallas. And at the time, I didn't want to be that guy to make a public trade announcement.
Yeah.
You know, that wasn't the most popular thing like it is today.
Yeah.
But I was trying to manufacture something to the Dallas, because I just didn't think the Celtics was going to ever turn it around.
Yeah.
Because it was me and Antoine, we was building something, then they tore it down. And I'm like in the middle of my 5th, 6th year, I'm getting better. I'm in the All-Star game every year. And then we going back to rebuilding. And then we had a worst record in the league in 2006, 2007. And I'm like, I'm the oldest on the team, and I'm 27. Why I want to play with a bunch of 19-year-olds? Like, it's time for me to start getting some love. I'm looking at Cove, I'm looking at T-Mac, Vince, y'all all going to the playoffs. Y'all having playoff success. I just want to get in the playoffs. I want a shot. And at the time, the Mavs, they was pushing the button. They was winning 50 games every year. They was that team that was like, they needed one more player I felt like could get them over the top, because Dirk was Dirk. And I was like, shit, they gonna be there.
Yep.
They get that one dude, and I was like, I think I could be that dude. So I wanted to meet up with Mark Cuban. It never happened. I was pushing the front office, like, on my agent, like, if I go anywhere, give me to Dallas.
So how good do you think a big three of you, Dirk, and Jason Kidd could have been?
Was it not Jason Kidd? It wasn't Jason
It would have
Kidd
been,
yet. It was Nash.
it would have been Steve
Oh,
Nash.
Nash was there still.
Was Finley? Yeah, Finley. Like, no.
It would have
Because
been
Antoine Walker was over there, too.
No, not at the time.
Not at the time? Was
Not
it
when
Finley?
I was pushing.
You was pushing after that, so.
Oh, it was Finley. Yeah, you're right.
Finley.
It was Dirk and Finley. And then Nash came. No, he went back to Phoenix at the time.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're talking about 2000? Oh, when
Seven.
y'all was horrible.
Horrible.
Y'all was horrible.
Yeah.
Y'all was horrible. Yeah.
So you and Dirk playing together, how good do you think that squad?
That would have been nasty.
Unstoppable?
That would have been nasty. Oh, man. You would have had two of the slowest players at their position getting buckets.
Half straight, half court. It was straight built for playoffs.
Yeah.
Half court, one-on-one, you on the island by yourself.
Right.
The Paul Pierce cut. Oh, I used to hate that. The Paul Pierce cut.
So
Oh, yeah.
Coming from the weak side, like that
was unstoppable.
Yeah, dog. That's all. That's what it was called. The Paul Pierce cut. Like,
A lot of people don't know. They don't know. I got an old play named after me that the whole NBA started running.
Yep. Paul Pierce cut.
got to talk about you and Kobe. Y'all had some truly epic battles going at each other. What do you remember most from those times? And what's your favorite memory of going up against Kobe?
Well, I'm going to tell you, our best battles wasn't even in the finals. It was at UCLA. Pickup games. Man, we had some people don't even know about this because, we used to play in the summertime at UCLA. And it used to get kind of like fiery between me and him. Because, we Celtics, we still Celtics and Lakers, but we had some good battles then. But, he was about as competitive as it get. And I always tell the story how competitive Kobe is. When we shot that commercial, the Air Force.
Oh, the second coming?
The second coming.
Yeah.
We shooting that commercial. So I'm one-on-one with Kobe, right? And this is a commercial. We acting.
Mm-hmm.
They like make a move, he gonna make a move. So I'm making the move. He ripped me. And I'm like, I look at him like, hey. All right. So I make a move again, kind of like lackadaisical. He knocked the ball out again. I'm like, dude, this is a commercial. We trying to make it look good. And so now we're in a full-blown one-on-one. I'm like sweating. But that's just Kobe.
I was at the UCLA games.
Man.
So when I was in high school, it was like my sophomore, junior year. I'm going up there, right? Because I'm playing at, you probably know, Valley College. So it's like little pros, like overseas guys who come, and I was like, you know what? You getting to the point where you need to go to UCLA and coach them. So I'm coming to UCLA, right? You, Barron, Jelani Gardner's there, like Rush. Like, so I'm going and I'm just watching, like Skip to Malou, like all y'all, like I used to, my sophomore and junior year never got in.
Yeah.
Oh, no, hell no. Not even when y'all left. So I used to just sit there 2 years straight, bro, just like there.
I was going up there in high school too. And I was the top player by my senior year. And so they didn't let me play the first few times. Then they finally let me play and I balled. And then I remember I went up to dunk on Olden Polynese and I called foul, right? He was like, that ain't no foul. He was like, who is you? I said, yes, it is a foul. Then now he running up and I'm like, oh shit. I'm in high school, like what I'm gonna do with it? I was like, I don't want no problem, dog. Oh, here, you got it. Yeah. I was like, that was my first taste of the league right there. Yeah. Oh man, he was about to whoop my ass.
Yeah, Mitchell Butler put me on.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mitchell Butler's like my senior year. Mitchell Butler, like, because they were trying to get the game started. Because like the sorrier players want to get that first game in.
Get it in before everybody show up.
Y'all build your team before
they recording again.
Before that team get built. So he was like, hey, young fella, come with me. Like, all right. I'm like, I finally made it, bro.
Right. Reggie Theus put me on.
Oh, bro.
Yep.
The legend. So, obviously, you played with Doc with the Celtics. Y'all didn't get along at first, but it ended up working it out. Now James Harden going to the Sixers, going to be in a similar situation. What advice would you give James Harden about playing for Doc?
Whew. Man, I mean, I grew with Doc. See, that was the thing. But the thing about James, I truly think he respects Doc. I don't think he respects Steve Nash. And then his time in Houston just got old. When you play for a team so long and it's just y'all don't make it, it's just like, but I just don't, he gonna respect Doc. And Doc is gonna do everything in his power to try to make them two work. But my thing is, when I look at that, Embiid right now is the best big in the game, but I'm like, if I had a chance to play with the talent that Harden played with, I'd probably be walking out here with 5 championships. I mean, he didn't play with Chris Paul, Westbrook, Kevin Durant, Dwight Howard, Kyrie Irving, and now you playing with you played against with all Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
And that ain't worked yet.
You know what it is? It's different than when we played, right? Because we played and we had to adapt to different offenses. Because he's never had to adapt, he don't have the off the ball scoring. He don't have those plays. He has to play, give me the ball at the top of the key. I'm gonna play the ISO ball, I'm gonna do that. That's his scoring 99.9% of the time. So he don't have balls that way, I'm backdooring weak card, I'm gonna post, I'm gonna catch it at the elbow. He don't have off the ball scoring and don't know how to do it. So if the offense isn't ran like that, I don't think he can actually play with that. So he's gonna always be unhappy.
Always.
He's gonna always be unhappy because I don't know if he's ready to compromise his game and say, you know what? Let me learn how to backdoor and come off down screens and come off.
It's too late.
And I think it's too late for it.
Like how old is he now?
32.
You ain't gonna learn that now.
And then, as I said, it's not
that
gonna
adjustment. It's like if you try to go into practice, say, James, I need you to get out on the break. I need you to get to this mid. I need you to spot up in the corner. Have you ever seen him do all of that?
No.
It's too late for that.
And that's the problem that he's gonna have with Embiid. You guys technically are both wanting to do the same thing. Catch the ball at the top of the key. Embiid want to pump fake, do all that. You want to bounce, bounce, bounce. Y'all are clashing. That is going to be a clash. What ends up happening is one of them is going to say, yo, hey.
Well, it's going to be brand new at first. So they're going to have their first run. They win it, everything is great. They're going to say they lose. They're going to come back. Like, all right, this is going to be the adjustment this year. If that shit don't start working the following year, you can see James probably going somewhere else.
Yeah, what's so funny is, he didn't sign his extension, so he gonna get a taste of it the second half of the season and realize, because you gotta remember, we're talking, everybody talking about they had championships, they favorite, not realizing it's only you two.
No.
So because the way you two play, Tobias, you don't even know it yet. Your game is about to be done. It's gonna be one-on-one and then one-on-one. There's not gonna be, there ain't no seconds for you right now. So what ends up happening is everybody's gonna be cut out of this offense to try to take these two that they don't have a team.
Which team got better to you? Out of the Philly?
Brooklyn.
You think they got better?
Because they got that defense now. Now you got better defenders now. So now you got better defenders, you have better shooters. So what ends up happening is with Ben Simmons, KD don't actually have to play defense. So you don't have to guard LeBron, KD. You don't have to guard Greek the Freak. Let Ben do that. Let Ben take on that. So because Ben is a defensive player,
get him more
he can guard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So with that being, that is such a great mobile piece that, like offense, you're not worrying about offense because you got KD, you got Kyrie, you got enough offense to win games. You didn't have enough defense to stop players. Now you can actually stop players on defense. So now with Blake Griffin, he's not a liability anymore. Just throw Ben in there. Ben, you guard him. Ben, at the 5, you guard a small 5. Like you can defensively. I think it changed him now.
Yeah,
actually helps him in the half court. That's the only thing. And then you have a playmaker. So you basically have a more versatile Draymond Green.
Yeah.
You don't got to. He ain't trying to score 30, so you don't have to worry about the offensive part. He's gonna make that extra play, extra moves. But from there, it's the defensive side. And it gets to clean you up defensively.
Right. I just think my thing is, he got the skill, but what about his mentality? To just see him quit because somebody said something about him. Now,
but it's not someone. It's
like,
But okay.
What about is that a championship mentality?
Okay, so let's take it back. Now let's say you play with Rondo. What happened with Rondo mentally? When after that, going into that first year, when everybody's like, is he the point guard and this and that, and like mentally he's like trying to prove himself. Now imagine if that came out of your mouth and KG's mouth about him. You know what I mean? This is not like the media saying it. This coming from the person I play with.
I understand.
Like, so you saying you don't need
it came from Doc.
And Doc, and that coach.
All right, so let me ask you this, Gil. If your coach was like, I don't know, going into the summer, I don't know if he can be the point guard, we can win a championship. What's your mindset?
Trade. Trade.
Your mindset ain't like, all right, let me go to the summer, work on my shit.
No, I'm going to work on my shit, but...
And I'm going to show them I can be that.
No, I'm out.
Because think about it. No.
He said, trade.
You already know if he's saying,
trade me then.
If he's saying, I don't think... Think about it how we played, right? We're establishing ourselves. We are who we are. And he says, I don't think he's a championship guard. That means most likely you're going to try to change the offense. You're going to try to change my game. You're going to try to change my game. And if it all fails, everyone looking at me.
But y'all had the best record and they had the best record.
But everybody's looking at you. You got to remember, once you put that pressure, I don't think he's a championship guard. The pressure's not on Doc anymore. It's on the guard now. So now it's on you to perform. Any failure is on you. So I'm like, come on, you would have did the same thing. Nah, I want that nigga. If they said that to Embiid, if he said that to Embiid, Doc was fired. Doc was fired. If Doc said that about Embiid, that summer Doc was gone. It was one and done, bro. Get your ass up out of here. But because everybody was against Ben, nobody cared.
Right.
If that was Doc, if that was Embiid,
they had they used the perfect scapegoat.
Perfect scapegoat. And that's what my whole thing is like. Y'all are complaining about a guy whose job is to get y'all the ball. We know he don't shoot. He's an all-purpose player. Like, just say we need more offense. Like, he knows he's up. You ain't got to throw him under the bus. Like, we know.
Right under the bus.
We know we up. Like, damn, I need to up. I need to get better. Let me go into the summer, do my thing, and then, But y'all throwing me under the bus. I ain't saying nothing.
This be blowing my mind. When you watch him in warm-ups, he knocking threes down. Pop. Then he get in the game and won't shoot it.
I watched him this summer, right? And I'm looking at the mechanics, trying to figure out.
He got good mechanics.
He got good mechanics, shoot the shit out of the ball. Like, I guess when the game starts, he's one of the guys that's like,
mental block.
if he would have shot with the mindset that I don't feel comfortable shooting, we would be talking to him like everyone's doing Westbrook. Man, yo, stop shooting, bro. You messing the team up. At least, like, it reminds me of Rondo. Rondo took the shots that he know he can make. Like, my job ain't to shoot. My job is to make sure you get the ball, right? Make sure Ray get the ball. What y'all looking at me for? Like, I'm going to take the shots that I take.
Right.
But with Ben, it's like, nah, we need you to score 20. He's like, that ain't my job. My job is to, if I get a wide open layup, but I think it all came down to that layup that he was already mentally, like, offensively gone.
Checked out.
He was mentally already gone. So you under the basket, you're like, oh, shit, I was right. That was my bad. Like, it just all went downhill. You don't feel comfortable at the free throw line. You know, like, it happens. But nobody's talking about the defensive side. Trae Young wasn't playing well. He shut Trae down. Like, he did his part. Offensively, he didn't help, but let him work on that this summer. You don't throw him under the bus. Like, nobody, like, LeBron James didn't throw, what's the name, under the bus? J.R. Smith, when J.R. Smith got the rebound and dribbled it out.
Oh, yeah, he did. He made him a lifetime meme. What you mean? When he did like this?
Yeah, but
then you saw them memes about dude going to get the Hennessy?
Yeah.
Nah, that was a lot. You know what, that's almost like the same thing. Think about it. Like, you don't react to your teammate like that
but you just
on the court.
But you're reacting in real time, though. You're like, but in the press conference, he did it. We realized, nobody realized we had a timeout. None of us realized that there was this time. We didn't know he was gonna get the rebound. Shit, the nigga got the rebound. You know, we all did a part in this because, like, there was nobody saying, like, after the time, if we get the rebound, they miss, call a timeout. No one knew nothing. So, you know, he gets the ball, he dribbles it out. It's like, had a mishap.
Chaos.
But because nobody threw him under the bus, you know, it's...
Right.
And that's the thing. Like, I don't mind outside noise, but the people I battle with, you know what I mean? The people that I battle with, like...
They gotta ride with you.
Yeah, you hold my secrets, so you know what I'm afraid of. Right? You know, we know Ben's scared. I know that, so I'm not gonna expose that to the public unless I'm just done with you, period. You know
that's
what I mean?
real, that's real.
You know,
That's almost like a code, like a team code. Like,
it's a team code. It's like, because we're with each other so much, and that was my thing from it. Like, when people talk about mentally, I'm like, there's no way he can go back. They already broke that code. Like, you gotta remember, when you're teammates, like, there are players, like, if my girl's cheating on me, one of the players know. Like, we talk about it, like, damn, man, I don't even know what to do, man. Like, so if he outs me, like,
we ain't boys no more.
Yeah, we ain't boys no more, bro. I can't, you think I'm gonna get in the game and pass you the ball, bro? Nah, man, y'all might as well keep you off the court.
Makes sense.
And that's how it is, because I was like, where do you think he's gonna, pass the ball to Embiid? You think he's listening to what Doc's saying? Like,
that's real.
It becomes one of those things, like, if I'm the organization, I don't want him to play. Like, I'm trying to win, and why does he want to win for us?
But at the same time, I ain't gonna forfeit millions of dollars either.
You know, come on. They don't have that. They don't have that clause we have. If a player's going through mental stuff, they can't find him. So he didn't lose millions like they said. They find him that first game, and then they'll find him for practices and stuff like that he didn't show up to.
Okay.
But our game check is way different.
Right.
So that's the advantage Philly lost. So Philly lost the advantage, like, I'm gonna keep, like, you don't wanna play, you're gonna lose a game check. You know, you make $400,000 for the game, that's a big difference.
Yeah.
You know, you finding me $20,000 because I didn't show up to team practice.
Right.
You know, $400,000 is big. So once they find them that first time and took that check, mental. Y'all got some team doctors around here. Like, you start using that. Like, you can.
For us, it was the back. Our era was the back. Hey, when the player wanted to check out, he's like, my back hurts.
But he used the back too.
But the back, you can't really evaluate the back or nothing. All you do is you get massages or ice. Like, the back ain't got no timetable. Like,
but that's why we're like, when Shaq and them went at him, I'm like, come on, you was a prima donna too. And we all was prima donnas. We just did it different. Different. We used back, knee, ankle. We used whatever. The arthritis is kicking in. You know, we used anything that they couldn't check. Back spasms.
The back was the best one.
My first IR injury. Because you remember, like, IRs
You can't be
were...
saying AR, though.
AR. I mean, IR. The IR. You remember,
Stop.
we didn't have G League. Remember, we didn't have G League. So those 3 players on IR, back spasms.
Yeah. Yeah.
Paul, we appreciate you pulling up, man. Thank you so much for coming through. It's been another episode of No Chill with Gilbert Arenas, one of my favorite to date. We'll be back with more very soon.